It has been about 2 weeks since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, and still questions are looming about reproductive health care and what's protected under Arkansas laws. One of the big ones, will in vitro fertilization, or IVF, still be allowed in the state? Jessica Rank joins us live in studio. Jessica, I know a lot of women have questions about this.
Yeah, Laura, that seems to be the big question for states that already have put trigger laws in place. I took some of those to a fertility doctor right here in Little Rock, and his answer may be comforting to some of those families at home. On the Capitol steps and down the streets of Little Rock, voices stay loud as questions rise over Arkansas's trigger law. Theories about IVF impacted now taken to doctors.
For a select group of patients, it may be their only hope to have a family.
Dean Modis has been helping couples start families for nearly 30 years.
That's the whole reason we do this.
But could his profession now be in limbo?
It still is a concern.
After Roe versus Wade was overturned, now comes the question of what constitutes a human being. In IVF, multiple embryos are created in hopes one will turn into a pregnancy. But not all are successful.
If those frozen embryos were given the same legal status as an unborn child in utero, then that would be a problem.
Modis says what's created in a lab isn't the same as an unborn child.
It clearly is not biologically.
He says therefore it's not considered terminating when IVF doesn't work. So under Arkansas's law, his practice is protected. For now.
We're always concerned about future legislation.
Until wordage about frozen embryos is added to the trigger law, Modis says the doors here will remain open, providing what he says
it is an essential part of reproduction.
Is a valued practice.
Nothing gives us greater joy than to someone bring their child up to our table when we're eating and tell me how grateful they are.
Now, the Arkansas Fertility Clinic here in Little Rock is actually the only one in the state that does IVF, and Modis says his staff have been indirectly reassured that laws will not impact his business. Reporting in studio, I'm Jessica Rank for KARK 4 News.